sir.
We are recording. Welcome to Blue Cheese Nachos.
Hell yeah.
Episode 6. I thought of that one the moment you left last time, and I haven't thought of like another one since.
I thought of one today in the shower. I'll save it for the next one. It's pretty good.
I'm gonna start just writing them down.
Yeah.
Every time I think of one.
Oh, what's up, man?
Oh, not a whole lot. Been, as you know, dealing with air conditioning issues in my apartment.
Yeah.
So for those just tuning in, haven't had air conditioning for like 11 days. And so they started just to replace the whole unit, which I don't ever think was an issue. And then they came by, I was like, hey, it worked for a little bit, and then it stopped. And they were like, all right, we're going to send the guys back out. And by the way, it's not even like my apartment complex doing this. It's like a third party because the guy's like doesn't know what he's doing. Which
No maintenance guy ever does.
Yeah. I mean, I was actually having a conversation about him like with some of the other tenants, and they're like also pretty pissed. Because like the hot tub hasn't been working for like 6+ months, and it's supposed to be like a year-round open.
Yeah.
You know.
It's an amenity that you're paying for.
And like he was like, yeah, we're thinking about just closing it during the winter time. It's like, dude, it hasn't even been open in the summer. And he was like, oh, you know, people just keep leaving stuff in there, and it's like, dude,
don't make bullshit.
I've lived here for almost 3 years, and like that has never been an issue.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't think you know what the problem is.
Yeah.
So you're just like trying to band-aid stuff, which will fix it for like a day, and then. But anyways, back to the second time they came out from my apartment after that little rant for my air conditioning. They were like, oh, the line is plugged up. We'll get it cleared out for you. Let it thaw out. And I was like, all right, cool. And they never told me, they never came back to say if they were done, so I just like... Also, side note, it stays hot in my apartment because all my windows face one way, and I can't get a draft.
Right.
Which would be clutch. If I could get a draft, I would not have a fucking issue.
But all your windows are what is this?
They
like
face east. Yeah. So like they get that peak heat right in the morning, just like sun fucking beat.
Yeah, there's no way you can get a crosswind in unless you like open up your front door, which
like
you can't do because
I'm like I'm already getting a shit ton of bugs from like leaving my windows open every night.
Yeah.
Whatever. But they were like, yeah, we're just gonna let it thaw out, and you should be good to go. So like that night, just kept my windows open again, the fans on, and turn on in the morning. I even texted you. I was like, my AC's working, boy. Like, it was like ice cold blowing out of the vents, and I was like looking forward to like, because I haven't like cleaned my house because I didn't want to like. I mean, I've cleaned my house, but I haven't like vacuumed and shit because I don't want to do anything that'll just make more fucking heat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to run the vacuum through the apartment.
Right.
So I was like, oh, I'm going to fucking clean all my shit today. Hell yeah. I literally sent you the text. It was like, got some shit, got ready, took out the trash, came back, and it was like blowing fucking hot air again.
God, no.
So then they came back today. I like put in 2 maintenance requests, and then left a message on the phone. And I was like, that's weird. On the website it says the leasing office is open. They were like just chilling in the leasing office, the maintenance dude and like an office lady. And they were like, hey, I was like, hey, are you gonna come look at my AC?
Oh my God.
He was like, oh, they were supposed to fix it yesterday. I was like, bro, I put in a request this morning. It's not working again. Like, this is getting fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm starting to get pissed.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm a pretty chill person.
Yeah. No, 100%. I'm
Come
same
on,
way.
like, at some point, like, we're, like, I would say we're kicking the dead horse, but it's not fixed. So, like, we're still...
The horse is currently not working.
Yeah. I'm a huge advocate of the, why fix what's not broken, you know? Like, they haven't fixed it. It's a brand new unit.
Yeah.
But, I mean, clearly they messed something up.
Yeah.
And they said it was the float sensor today, which we'll see. It's currently blowing cool-ish air.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm going to just give it
So if you
12
see
hours
this,
or so.
Sweet glistening shine.
Yeah, Same though.
Oh man, we've been having issues with our AC and heater at our house because so last year our heater went out and I came downstairs in the morning. I was like, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and it was like 50 something degrees in the house, and I'm like, this is a problem because then you have like pipes breaking at that point.
Yeah, I mean it's one thing like I've been saying 80 degrees. Like 80 degrees is still livable. I don't want to sound like, because that's what it's been in my apartment. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. Like, sure, people have it way fucking worse.
Right, but also you're paying like X amount
ton
of
of fucking money
yeah,
for like
to
shit that
be
works.
here. It should be working. You're paying for that
Exactly,
amenity, like, and
But yeah, and I've the same like 56 degree weather like inside.
right.
But like you pay for that shit.
Yeah, and like that's the problem we're running into with our landlord right now is like, well, it's not even our landlord because we contact the guy that's in between the landlord. He's like an in between between the landlord and us, and our buddy Jalen, when he was doing the HVAC stuff, he came over and like looked at it, cleaned something off, and he looked at the furnace. He's like, "Oh, your furnace is from 1999." And so furnaces have a lifespan of 20 years. That thing is 23 years old.
Jesus. I'm surprised that like that house has been around for that long. Honestly, all the way out there.
Yeah.
In I don't want to say the city because I don't want to dox you.
Yeah, come on, man, dox me. Dox
Colorado,
me.
that
Brett Kirshner.
He lives in a place that is very up and coming in Colorado.
Right. Yeah. No, there's a lot of like new properties coming up there. But I think what happened was like that it was built in like the 2000s. And so now once like we're getting the tail end of everything where everything needs to be replaced now.
Yeah.
Everything was fine up until that moment, but like now that we're here, like it's just that time to where it's you're 20 plus years in, you got to start replacing shit.
Like
And we struggled a little bit with like convincing him. We had a guy come out to look at our AC unit too because we were getting a $348 Excel bill for a month. And we think it's like the AC unit, but like Excel's also going around and like gouging people like for electricity prices. But he looked at the AC unit, he's like,
thanks Texas.
Yeah, right. He's like, it's fucking filthy on the backside, but like there's nothing really you can do. Like you need to get like a new one because it's just old.
Yeah.
It's time to fucking replace it.
It's time to upgrade.
Yeah.
It happens with everything.
Yeah, and we also had someone come and blow out all of our AC vents because I used to have to like be like 2 inches from it to feel any air coming out of it, and now like after they've been blown out the unit, I could be like back here like touching it. Oh my god, it's so much cooler in there.
Especially like with the office area that you kind of spend so much time in being upstairs. I bet it's nice.
Dude, that PlayStation will heat that room in an
tell me this
instant.
PC, man.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I fucking
especially like, I mean, I always brag about like how well we've been playing Overwatch for the past few weeks.
hell yeah.
But like my PC is like everything is good except my graphics card. But like my Overwatch, like my PC is always ran like you would actually think I have like a 3090 when I play Overwatch.
Yeah.
Like 100 plus FPS. And like I actually took a picture of it the other day when we were playing because I have like all the settings like FPS, like how hot my CPU is getting and stuff. Guess how hot my CPU
Oh
was
my
the
god.
other day, dude.
One something?
82 degrees
Holy
Celsius.
shit.
That's almost 200 degrees. That's like 175 degrees, I think.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
God damn.
So like my GPU's working.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm like, I get hot like as an individual, like just
You're a
in
hot
ge-
person.
Yeah, I'm a hot.
Sexually.
But as Meg Thee Stallion said, body yada yada yada. But like I'm like so close to becoming that black guy that like carries that towel around with him everywhere just to fucking
Dab your face with.
dude, because it's been so hot this fucking
Dude.
summer.
why couldn't my AC run out like 2 weeks ago when it was like fucking 75, 80 degrees every day?
Right?
Like,
Oh my god. Fucking ridiculous. I'm sure the rain yesterday gave you some reprieve though, right?
yeah, it was, dude, that rain, like, was kind of crazy. I think it even hailed here for a little bit.
Yeah?
I didn't, like, see any flashes, but...
No? Oh my god. So that lightning storm, because that's what we got over by us. There was like some light thunder, but it was like every 2 seconds. It was just... It was lighting up our like rooms in our house when we had all the lights on.
Damn.
Bananas lightning storm.
Yeah, I like didn't see flashes. I'm sure if I would have gone outside and looked, I would have seen them.
Yeah.
But like from in here, I didn't see any like
Damn.
crazy flashes. And I mean, I have before. There was a time like remember like a few months ago when we were having those like crazy fucking storms like every day for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
There was like one point where like the thunder woke me up, and like I saw all the kinds of fucking flashes and shit going on outside. And low key, like that first thought I had like waking up was like I'm about to be at war. Like I actually thought there was like an active combat zone outside my apartment. Like you know in the movies when like people are like having a sweet dream and they like look outside and it's just like war.
Yeah.
That's actually what I thought was gonna happen when I looked out my window. Was just like someone like missing an arm. Like, and I was like, oh, it's just really bad lightning and thunder. But no, like that first thought I had, that like foggy, you know, was like
Coming out of your bedroom like John Wick.
what happened? Like,
Oh fuck. Oh man, funny stories that happened at work this week. So now I'm in a field manager position at my company that I'm with now, and so that's essentially just like foreman work. I'm running the underground for this job, and it should have been done like months ago, but the fucking super was a dickhead and pushed it off. So now I'm doing it like when everyone else is trying to get their shit in, and it is fucking mania right now. But this was last weekend, I called my girlfriend, was telling her I had to work overtime Saturday to finish up some stuff because the two guys I was working with were working super slow. I'm on the phone with her in the mini excavator, and I'm looking at the two guys that were like with me working outside, and they're just standing there, just they're far enough away where I can't hear them. So I'm like, "Hang on one second. Hey, what the fuck are you doing? Are you guys holding each other's dicks in your hands?" And they turn around, they're like, "No, what the fuck?" And like flipping me off and shit like that.
It's
I'm
a
like,
blue collar thing.
fucking get to work. Like, what the fuck are you doing standing around? Fucking off. I'm like, "Hey, like, I'm gonna call you back." And she's just like,
just laughing or scared. I bet she was scared.
Yeah, a little bit. And she's like, "Okay, love you." And I get home and I talk to her. She's like, "You can't like talk to people like." I was like,
you don't get
your
it.
HR is very different.
It's a vibe. Okay? It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. I thought that was really funny. I'm just like, if she said that at her place of work, like,
oh yeah,
fired immediately. But like that's nicely putting.
That reminds me. Did you hear? It was your mom's house episode from a while back where Tom Segura was talking about how like he found this article about this one guy that like he would just bounce from job to job.
Yeah,
blue collar job, and like
yeah.
every time like they would like say some mouthy shit, he would just like go to HR and just get like a settlement job. And I'm like, I would love to do that if I'm not so committed to this toxic like blue collar lifestyle at work. It's like I definitely have a switch where it's like when I clock in, it's like I'm a completely different.
Oh, I am not who I am outside of like work. Like it's like that show, fucking the Apple TV show Severance, where your like work personality and your personal life it's like two different things. So like when you walk into this building, you change into like a different person, like you don't remember
Yeah.
anything, and then you come out. That's exactly how I am. Like I'm
Yeah.
completely different because
Yep.
you kind of have to be to
For
do
sure.
this work. Like you cannot be.
The amount of like, as tough as like these people in blue collars seem, like some of these people are so like, they're babies, man.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
They're like just repressed fucking crybabies. A
Yeah.
lot of them.
it's like, look, dude, we all have to do this shit.
Yeah.
Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've recently hired like some people that I do not like. There's this one guy, like we hired him. He's like New York, New York. And he's like, I don't know, I haven't had like any personal like issues with him. There was like one day I was in like a really shitty mood and he was like talking shit about my tools. And I was like,
What?
Dude.
Oh my god.
come on. And then he was like, oh, I'm gonna have to double check your work like as I'm getting ready to leave. I was like, then fucking do it, dude. Like, I don't fucking
See
give
ya.
a shit. Like,
I'm fucking out.
I know I did my shit and I know it's right. Like,
God.
check that fucking tire pressure. I don't give a shit.
What a
Like-
fucking
And
dick.
he's like, oh, I'm just trying to mess around. It's like, dude.
No, you're not.
Like,
No, you're not.
You can tell, like, you can tell when it's not the day for one of your coworkers, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but anyways, like, one of his first days, was like, me and some of my coworkers, like, we fucking smoke weed, and, like, we'll talk about it occasionally, like, our boss knows. Like, it's not like we're showing up to work, like, fucking super blazed. We're not, like, smoking at work or anything. Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, I'll fucking probably go home, hit the bong a few times, whatever. He's like, oh, I've never done a drug. I'm like, dude, this guy literally has half of his teeth. Not like, wait, not like half of them are missing, like they're just all half gone. And I was like, not one, huh? Never? Never touched that mess? I didn't like say that, but I did say like, oh, not one, huh? And like everybody just started laughing. He's just like, nope, never.
Well, it's good to know that people share your sentiment,
Yeah,
obviously.
like, not once. And I didn't mean for it to be like a... I was just like, damn, like... Because like, at first I was like, oh, a person who's never done drugs. Like, there's no... That blows my mind.
Yeah, I can't imagine being
Like-
straight edge. Drugs are fun, kids.
Yeah.
Fucking do 'em.
Yeah, not like hardcore drugs.
No,
But
not
you want to fucking smoke some weed?
Yeah.
Fucking do some coke like a couple times a year? Fucking hammer down.
Hell
man.
yeah.
But, yeah. And then we hired this other guy who's like, I can't remember where I heard it, but someone was like, this is one of those guys that talks all the time but says nothing. I can't remember where I heard that quote, but like, I was like getting ready to leave. I'm like, like taking my boots off one day, throwing my Crocs on. Like, I'm like so ready to be done with the day, and I'm just like minding my own business, have my like one earbud in. He just like walked up to me. He was like, yeah, I pissed Cody off. I was like, oh yeah? And like Cody was like on like, so we have a 3-bay shop. They're like super deep bays to fit the tankers in.
Yeah.
And like my toolbox faces the middle bay, and Cody's toolbox faces the middle bay, but like on the other side.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah? I'm like, if you want to talk shit, make sure he's not right there.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But then, dude, he goes, yeah, so I have YouTube Music and it works better than his does, and it pissed him off. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, dude, like, why are you even talking right now? Like, I'm all down for small talk, shoot the shit, whatever. You have a fucking question about something you're working on,
Yeah.
shoot it.
Yeah.
But if you're just gonna talk to me about like my YouTube Music is better than like, dude, it probably didn't fucking piss him off. He was just like, oh,
I'm fucking over you. I don't want to talk to you. You just have it worse.
Yeah, he's just like one of those guys. He's okay. He's also fresh out of the military.
Oh, there it is.
You wouldn't think it by looking at him.
Yeah.
He's younger than I am. He has like a red beard, a red hair with like a comb over style, like with a bald spot coming in up top. Like, you wouldn't think this guy just got out of the military. And I was like, talking to him when he started, and I was like, oh, like, what'd you do before this? You know, typical things you ask the new guns.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I was in the military. I was like, oh, I bet the shit you worked on in there was like kind of similar to the shit we're working on. He was like, no, I was a driver. not even like any. He was like a driver just around the base to like shuttle shit back and forth. He was like, yeah, I went to Lincoln Tech for my automotive degree, which is where I went. And if you are in Colorado and like you went to Lincoln Tech and you're listening to this, there's like a 90% chance you were dumb as a fucking rock. Okay? Like, there's very few good people I know that came out of that. And he was like, yeah, now I'm going back for HVAC. And I went, you went back to that shit? Like, it just escaped out of my mouth. It was like he was like, oh, well, the military's paying for it. And I was just like,
it's good
this
to
fucking
know.
freeloading son of a bitch. Like,
Good to know that the U.S. military really cares about your education.
so have you like had anybody that's like fresh into the field ever show up to a job site?
Yeah. Yes.
Have you had like any of those ones where you're like, this dude is not gonna last?
I haven't had that recently. I've a lot of the. It's crazy to me that a lot of the kids like coming in are actually like. Okay, well, and it's hard too because I can like see where they're at, and I'm like, you're gonna make it. It's gonna be hard, but like not a lot of them have come in and been like real shitheads about anything. They've been pretty good workers, but
this guy,
still like novice. I know exactly the type of guy that you're talking about.
He's not a shithead, and like he's totally nice. Like he's a decent enough guy, and like he seems to have a decent head on his shoulders. But he's also the same guy that literally like just went and got, no joke, like $3,000 worth of shit at Home Depot, like whole new toolbox, whole new like. I'm like, dude, that's not what you do when you jump into this fucking industry.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a huge red flag.
Yeah.
Because like he's like, oh yeah, like the military just pays for me to do all this stuff, and like that's where all that money is. You know?
Yeah.
Like in this fucking economy, as boomerish as that sounds to say, but like inflation's a real fucking
For
deal.
real, it is
like,
super fucking bad right now.
You can like, nobody I know can go spend $3,000 on tools, and like every time he shows up, he's like, oh look at this that I got. I'm like, dude, like you don't need that.
And you're going into HVAC?
Well, that's what he's going to school for now.
It's like you.
But it's just like, that's a huge red flag.
Yeah.
That dude that's like, I'm just going to buy everything I need right away.
Yep.
And he's just like asking everybody, like on his first day, he's like, so do you have a list of tools I think I'll need? I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like, I just have this bag of tools that I take with me on like calls that I just know it's stuff I use a lot.
Yeah.
I couldn't list everything in there.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know, dude. Wire
Comes with
strippers,
time. Yeah.
like. It's experience.
Yeah.
Like, I don't fucking know, dude. You don't ask me shit. I'm not your fucking manager.
Yeah,
like,
right? See, then that's what's nice about, like, a lot of the companies I've gone to, they'll give you, like, a tool list as, like, what you should have as an apprentice, what you have as second year, what you should have as third year, fourth year, and then a journeyman.
Yeah.
And even it's hard to, like, nail down because you're not doing that shit all the time. Like, there's so many different tasks that you can be on. Like, because a guy could go his whole apprenticeship 4 years and just do conduit bending and have no experience in like one line.
Yep.
So it's yeah. But there was a guy I worked with. I fucking hated this dude, hated him so much, and I know I guarantee you he's not gonna fucking last, or he is, and he's gonna be a great electrician. But he drove a fucking mini, like, Chevy Astrovan, one of those newer ones, the small ones.
If you're a mechanic, like, either the person that drives that is the best mechanic ever, or the worst.
Yeah!
Like, they literally either just bought it because they're, like, in the process of fixing their old car, or they've, like, kept that bitch running since they bought it new. Like,
And
anyways,
he's not.
sorry.
He's not. And he told me, he got enrolled in first year. And he's like, oh, I'm so excited to get the code book. I'm going to read the whole thing front to back. The NEC code book is about that thick and reads like a fucking Harvard law
Okay,
book.
but, like, be completely honest. Is there a part of you that, like, is a little bit jealous that they have that, like, enthusiasm?
Not at all.
Because there's, like, a little part of me that's, like, I kind of miss having that spark of just, like, I'm so excited to, like, do this.
Yeah, I mean, I
You know, like, that enthusiasm. Like, there's
Yeah.
a little part of me that is, like, jealous from that. from becoming so jaded that I'm just like, I just don't give a shit about whatever at work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's. I think I'm not as jaded because there's a lot more diversity in like what I get to do. So like if I get to do like being able to plan out the underground and like make a plan and do everything is exciting for me. As much of a shit job as it is, so
Yeah.
like I still feel like I keep that. But when he said that, it felt like disingenuine almost.
yeah.
Of like,
for sure.
no one does it. I guarantee, like, and that's the other thing. Like,
Or
no
like, they'll
electrician.
start out, like you said, like they'll start out and be like the worst, or like become because they'll be
Yeah.
like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah,
They'll have like that come to
exactly.
Jesus talk.
Exactly.
Like, like, what the
I don't know the code book front to back because,
Yeah,
like,
no one fucking would, you know.
like, unless you're a fucking inspector, which
Or like you have what are they, the fucking photographic memories, where like they just
right, and like
remember
the
everything.
everyone has always said like just learn how to navigate it. You do not need to know that shit front to back. You just
No
need
one's
to
gonna
know
fucking, like-
where to look for stuff.
No one's gonna come up to you like while you're on the job and quiz you.
Yeah.
Which is like might be one
What's
of the
in
biggest
Article
misconceptions
350 12B? Like
Yeah.
exception A. Like what is that? It's
Everybody's like, well, oh, have you called OSHA? It's not like I have a fucking speed dial number to get a hold of OSHA when I find mold in the workplace.
and they're not
Like-
gonna show up. That's
Yeah.
the other thing. They are so fucking busy.
Yeah.
I have never seen OSHA. In my 5 years of working in construction, I've never seen OSHA.
So we get an audit once a month from the city, but that's just because we're on airport property and we deal with jet fuel.
Right, and that's probably a
That's standard.
city, or is that actually OSHA that shows up?
No, it's the city that shows up. I'm sure they submit their findings to OSHA.
To OSHA, yeah.
You know, but it's like if OSHA were to come through the shop, like it would have to be torn down and like built from the fucking ground up.
Dude,
You know?
the site that we're working on, they had asbestos in the fucking soil.
Yeah, like.
And we cut open. Oh my god, there was a. So the place that we're working is CU and Shoots, so out in Aurora.
Yeah.
It's been around forever, so we had to
Far too long.
cut. We went down maybe. How deep did we go?
That's part of the VA project, isn't it?
It's south of there.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit south of there.
Okay, I didn't know if it was like a part of it.
I don't. It might be on the camp. The campus is fucking massive.
Yeah, I think the VA is on the campus, but I don't think they're like connected. Because I know there was all those issues with like the whole VA bullshit.
Yeah, because I think there's
A while back, as if like there's still issues going on with the VA. I don't want to like. Yeah. Anyways, continue.
But we found a data bank, which is essentially a concrete box that they would put in the ground and feed conduit in, and we cut into that. And I mean, it's like I could crawl down in there, and like it was just an empty void in there,
Jesus.
and guaranteed there was fucking
Oh yeah, dude.
asbestos, God knows what else fucking down there. And
Yeah.
it's like no one really gives a shit. They just want to get the job done.
Yeah.
That's what it comes
One
down
of my
to.
so some of our new tankers at work have those DPF filters. I don't know if you're familiar too much with diesel, but like everything, like the exhaust has to go through a filter. And
Okay,
it has,
yeah.
like, the fucking fluid. It's like urea, which is pretty much piss.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to fucking like add it in there or whatever. But like you have to change these filters out, and you know you have to like they have to go through a regen cycle, which is like it just like rests at high idle to get the exhaust hot, to fucking burn everything out in the filter or whatever. Eventually you have to replace them because they get so clogged with soot that like fucking nothing will be coming out of the exhaust, and it'll like shut the truck down.
Oh, shit.
Because like it can't fucking run.
Right,
Like-
yeah.
And fucking my coworker was like, I was like, dude, like we gotta get this truck down to get a new DPF filter in. He's like, well, we don't have any. I'm like, dude, it takes like 3 hours to do a regen, and I can't leave it. It's like code.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not allowed to leave it. Even though if I'm the only one there and I get a call, like I'm gonna fucking leave it because it's a 3-hour process, and when you stop it early, you have to start it all over.
Oh my god.
So like, I just have to sit there on fucking TikTok, like on my phone, just like for fucking hours. And I'm like, dude, it needs a new filter.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, I'll take it out. He's like, oh, dude, it definitely needs a new filter. And he's like, soot just like dumped out as I took it out. Dude, this motherfucker was like blowing it out with an air gun, with like no mask on. Just like I was like driving back up to the shop from like the airport ramp, and I was like, oh, they must have started something that like hasn't been started in a while. It's fucking smoky as fuck over there. And I got up and he's just outside like. And he was like, oh, so that's what cancer tastes like. It's like, dude, you have yourself to blame. Like, we have masks. Like, we have masks in the shop for, like, when we have to do, like, crazy shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, for when we have to, like, fucking paint or whatever.
We've both done the eyeglasses to put on your safety squints.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, but anyways, enough for you blue-collar cucks that are listening to this for that. Let's see, what do we got going on?
She-Hulk? Do we want to get into that?
We could get into She-Hulk. I also want to talk about Day Shift.
Oh, yeah!
But, let's see. I kind of also want to start with, like, a little clip.
Oh, let's do it.
I don't know where this is going to open up. Over here. Oh, I just want the link. I just want the video, not that guy's Twitter. Okay, so I guess I'll just bring it. We'll do this. Go to Reacts. Oh, nice. It brought it up to that monitor.
Oh, yeah. Tech Whiz over here. Oh, yeah, we have a Discord you can join if you would like.
Yeah, we do. Blue Collar Nerds. Discord.gg/Blue Collar Nerd Pod. Right there. Alright, but yeah, this is, Steven Crowder posted this, who was recently banned off of YouTube. I don't know how familiar you guys are with that situation.
I have a coworker that's like, I'm not using YouTube Music anymore.
Because Steven Crowder got banned? Okay, then you're really gonna like this video.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Of course, we get the fucking
buffer.
Yeah. For you audio listeners, I'm sorry. You got to watch the YouTube videos at youtube.com/BlueCollarNerds.
30 seconds! God be with you!
All right, guys, this is it. 2020. Move fast and avoid getting those community guidelines struck.
Okay, but let's be honest. How fire is his Tom Pranks impression?
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
It's like,
I want regular content from all of you. It's an election year, so use those
If
algorithms.
you're not sure if your content's borderline, err on the side of caution. We don't need any more channels being banned. Keep your content clean, gentlemen. I'll see you on YouTube.
I don't know who the fuck it is.
Okay, let me show you, boys.
Captain, they got us surrounded. I don't know how much more we can
Come
take.
on, don't think like that. I promise you, after this, I'll buy everyone here a round of beer. Even Brendan. Thank you, sir. Was he gonna salute? He was gonna salute. That's not protocol. Corporal Black, tell me you have some good news for
Afraid
me.
not, Captain. There's hardly anybody left. They took out Gavin. Trigger, you got ambushed. Ben Shapiro's gone, and it gets worse.
How could it get any
It's
worse?
just box videos, doll unboxings, and makeup tutorials with training.
Corporal Black! Corporal Black! You Palo Alto bastard!
Sir, we need to surrender.
Oh, come on! We didn't come all this way just to give it up to some Silicon Valley sprite, right?
So yeah, that's how Steven Crowder feels about getting banned on
Oh
YouTube.
my god. I had no idea that he would have any feelings about that. I thought he would go quietly.
Yeah, right.
Jesus.
Yeah, let's see. There's a couple just small news things. The Flash has been officially reviewed, and it's supposedly the best DC movie like since The Dark Knight.
That's right. I remember
Which-
you sending me something on that.
Brings me to like Americans as a society. We have this thing where like if someone does something terrible, but they come out with like fire content, we kind of forgive that person. So if if like the Flash comes out and everyone's like, this is a great fucking. Do we forgive?
Oh, I'm
Miller?
moving to his commune, dude. I'm packing up and
Okay.
see you there, dude.
And I was like, damn, like, is it that good? Like, are we gonna forgive Ezra Miller as a person for like robbing and kidnapping and just
Larceny and general
being
harassment.
fucking cringe on AIM? Like,
Oh man, I really hope it's good. I know we're probably gonna go see it in theaters.
if it fucking comes out,
Yeah.
like, who the fuck knows?
Yeah, because if
Have we
they
talked much about that on the pod? The whole like Batgirl getting canceled. I mean, we did.
But yeah, we did. Yeah, I
talk
think that
about
might have been the last episode that we did.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's true. If they have no problem nerfing,
So I'm getting kind of a cold draft, I think, from that. Hey, baby, let's go.
it did cool down. I'm sweating a lot.
Yeah, like it was
now.
getting hot, but I
Yeah.
definitely just got a little cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're in business, baby. But yeah, I mean that's a good point. If fucking Discovery has no problem axing, like what was that, couple $1 million project?
I mean, the Batgirl was pretty much done.
Yeah.
Like, but no, there's been a few that I can't. Obviously, none I can think of like off the top of my head. We have the technology.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see them
Just,
axing the Flash because I mean they had no remorse in doing the fucking Batgirl.
Yeah, I was reading this this article the other day about like I guess the CEO of like Discovery who bought Warner Brothers now.
Right.
CEO of Warner Brothers Discovery. Damn, no DC fandom, which kind of sucks.
Really?
It's kind of like a little fun event.
That's kind of surprising too because
I mean that like it wasn't a great
I mean
like event, but like for what it was, for the fans, it was fun.
I mean,
you know,
they don't really have a whole lot of content right
Yeah,
now,
but
so
like
I guess
that's why I
that
said
makes
like for the
sense.
fans, it was
Yeah.
kind of like a fun little thing.
Right.
But also like the stuff that they have done recently has not exactly been the best. You know, like it's not like the Flash was coming out with rave reviews on this most recent season.
Yeah. What else have they done like recently?
I mean, Harley Quinn is obviously fire.
Yeah.
Everyone who hasn't been watching, go check it
Yeah.
out. But anyways, back to the article I was reading. I guess the CEO has more of an interest in like Hazel.
Ow.
Producer Hazel.
Scratch the shit out of me.
Anyways, producer Discovery. The CEO likes scriptless content, quote unquote. So like The Naked and Afraid, the stuff you see on Discovery that like conservatives love. The shit that like
no.
I fell off Discovery after I turned like 18.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
But like that shit doesn't fit with what HBO does. Obviously, they're not gonna like the good stuff. They're not gonna get rid of. Like they're not gonna get rid of like Game of Thrones or like the new Game of Thrones show.
Ooh,
They're
I
not
have a
gonna.
talking point on that later.
I haven't watched it.
Oh,
Have you?
I haven't. I will not after some news I heard about it too.
Okay, yeah, we can get into that here in a minute. They probably won't get rid of Harley Quinn.
No. I mean,
Titans has me a little bit worried.
Yeah.
Because that's been one of those shows that like,
I would be more worried about Doom Patrol
Yeah.
than Titans.
I think those two are so tightly like together.
Yeah.
Fan
Yeah.
bases just because like they came out at the same time, and like when they first came out, it was on DC Universe, and it was so like niche.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
I feel like those two shows are just tied together.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. HBO Max has like I don't know some of the best content now currently in my opinion.
For sure.
Like
And like access to just about everything
Yeah,
too, because
for
like
real.
They have Crunchyroll on there. They have all of the animated DC movies,
Yeah.
which I have been binging through.
Are you doing it in order?
No, not in order.
Okay.
I've just been
Which ones
doing.
have you watched recently?
The most recent one was the old Batman, The Dark Knight
Rises?
Part 1
Returns.
and 2. Returns Part
Rises
1.
was the live action. So good, right?
Oh,
So good, dude.
man, that ending, fucking.
You just finished part 1, you said?
No, I did both.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah, when he's like, I want you to remember Clark, the one man that stood in your life.
Yeah,
That's
like,
fucking cold as
go,
fuck,
dude. Bring that back, man. There was that.
That's what a
one.
lot of people were hoping to get with, like, Ben Affleck. But then, like,
Totally could have done it.
dude.
Totally
But then
could have done
it
it.
wouldn't have made sense with such a young Henry Cavill.
Yeah. Right.
Biggest missed opportunity in the history.
For sure. Yeah, they just didn't. They didn't organize it. Like we said, we're
Still
willing
open.
to
Still,
interview
like, yeah.
for
Still
the
here.
Kevin Feige
Still here.
position for DC.
Yeah.
We'll consider it long and hard, and yeah, just let us know what
Yeah,
the
we'll
offer.
do it.
Yeah.
That was us considering.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll literally do it for like $80,000.
Yeah. You could. Hey, we're like blue collar workers, so you could literally probably.
You could fuck us.
Yeah.
You can fuck us.
Oh man, and the Dark series, the Justice League Dark,
Oh, I still haven't watched the newest animated one, the Constantine.
yeah, that one. It was really good. It's like that showcase one.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if I finished the showcase, but I watched the Constantine, like the House of
It's like House of Horrors or Darkness or some shit
Yeah.
like that.
so good.
Dude, their animated movies,
Pop off, man.
like,
Pop off. I would, and like we said, if we ever get hired on for that, we would
Yeah.
never touch the animated
yeah,
movies.
like, just give us the live action.
Yeah, for real.
Like, but,
Oh man, where were we? But yeah, the Flash.
yeah, forgiving Ezra. Sorry, that was a little tangent.
No, but yeah, I don't know. I think that he just obviously just needs help.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you know, but he, like, released that statement of, like,
I didn't.
it was, like, an apology.
Oh yeah.
Supposedly, he's, like, worried about The Flash coming out, which is why he's, like, all of a sudden, I'm going to rehab. Which, like, if true, more, like, I'm all
More
for
power
rehab-
to you, yeah.
rehabilitation.
Hell yeah.
Regardless of your crimes, like, everybody deserves a chance at redemption.
Especially a
Minus
second
the
chance. Yeah.
very few. There's very few people that are like, let him rot.
Yeah.
But
Like
those
Jeffrey
are so few and
Epstein,
far between.
give him a second chance.
Yeah, right? He's definitely not a part of that, like, slim.
Yeah. There's
even though
no.
he definitely did not kill himself. Yeah, like, but that is one of those where it's like those very few people that just deserve to rot. But 99% of criminals deserve a chance at rehabilitation.
And I mean, yeah, like it's. I think it was like a Your Mom's House episode that like made me think about it. Is like cancel culture is so mainstream now that it's like we hold these people to like a higher standard
Yeah.
than us, but they're just like they're human
Yeah.
at the end of the day. And like the one example they use is like Mike Vick.
Yeah.
Is like, where was his second chance? Like he got arrested for dogfighting, which is a terrible thing.
Kaepernick.
And yeah, and Kaepernick, where's that like second chance? Because Mike Vick was an amazing player,
Yeah.
and
I
like
mean, at this point, Kaepernick, I want to be clear from a football perspective, I don't think he has the talent anymore to get a second chance.
yeah,
But there was definitely a window
Yeah.
where he deserved a chance
yeah,
to play. Even as who the fuck wouldn't want Colin Kaepernick as a backup quarterback for their team?
even still now, because he's still pretty young and can.
I mean, let's see.
How old is he now?
I mean, he's old for football. But
Oh,
you
is
also
he?
got to think he hasn't.
He hasn't been
played
concussed.
football. Like he hasn't played football in like 5 or 6 years.
Right.
He's 34, which is for football is about retirement age.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean-
but it is a like second chance thing, and like
Yeah.
if you're willing to like
Also,
apologize,
I'm not saying Colin Kaepernick was a criminal.
Yeah.
No, I led that with like criminals deserve second chances.
Yes!
I said, like Colin Kaepernick Definitely.
Like that Negro that was kneeling in the arena, and I just want to see them beat the shit out of each other.
I'm so upset that like they won't stand for my favorite song. I'm not gonna watch
It's a
them.
bop. How could he not stand?
It's a real banger. But anyways,
But yeah, I mean, no, not at all a criminal, but definitely deserved a second chance
yeah.
of like not or
Who
like
also
being
was like a cancel culture, even though it was
on
like,
the right side.
which is like you never see anymore.
Well, it's
You see them canceling people that like don't. I don't know.
It's
The
like-
right tries to cancel, but then we just end up with like Dark Brandon memes, which are fire. Like,
And it's like it's a lot of like right and like Christian. Like I remember the Golden Compass movie. Like Christians tried
Yeah.
canceling that. It's like a lot of like media they tried to like do that with. Not so much. It's not so much with people.
or even like, do you remember that? Did you know that comedian John Christ? Or Chris?
Ooh,
He does
sounds
like
familiar.
all the. He like popped off on Facebook a few years ago and like YouTube of doing like the. Like these are like the Christian man doing whatever. And it was, like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like he is like actually Christian, but like he got canceled for like taking a chick out to like go rollerblading, and he had like vodka in his hand and like he tried to kiss her, and he like fucking got canceled for.
He was on Birdcast.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was
like
fuck.
that's another like that same group of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that Christian culture is fucking. So, oh, and sorry to jump back to Discovery, I watched some of a documentary on Discovery about Hillsong, which you probably are familiar with.
Yeah. That's what's his name's Chris Pratt's church, right?
It's a big celebrity church.
Yeah.
So the documentary talks about like how it started off in Australia, and then the guy was like, "Let's expand," and so they moved to the U.S.
Because that's not like ultra Catholic and not like Christian at all.
Dude, they have over like four. I think. Remember, I'm the Bert Kreischer of fucking statistics. I'm repeating them.
Just for the record, we both grew up in like
yeah,
Christian houses, so like we do know what the fuck we're talking about when it comes to
Yeah,
like, these
but-
ultra religious people.
and religious trauma
Yeah.
also in that
Yeah.
same boat.
Fun
But
fact: one time I didn't want to go to Sunday school, so I just like spent the whole time in the church bathroom because like my mom wouldn't let me sit.
yeah.
Because like coming from a divorced family, it was like 2 different churches every week.
Oh,
So I never got like
fuck.
the full integration
Yeah.
of one church, and I was like, I don't want to go to Sunday school. I don't know anyone. Like,
Yeah,
so I
right?
just like sat in the bathroom, and like I think about that now. It's like I can't do that without my cell phone. Like there's no way I could sit in the bathroom for like 40 minutes just like doing nothing. Anyways, sorry. I just wanted to throw that out out there.
yeah.
You're listening, Mom. Sorry to burn you with that.
But so they have over, it's either 400, I think it's like 400 million LLCs that they like break up everything. And so like they license their music to churches, and they build their music to like specifically like move you. Like the chord progressions are meant to like move you.
To, like get your heart, like dubstep.
Yeah,
is like
it's like emotional manipulation
Yeah,
with the music.
yeah.
Like they build the songs
That's
for
what a
that.
lot of like techno artists.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
do the
but
same
in
thing.
like a nicer sense, unless you're bass nectar and assault people.
Yeah. Is that a thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, it's
Didn't know that.
super popular in the fucking.
I haven't been a part of the whole EDM community. I've been on that hip hop for.
So much better.
Yeah. I feel like everybody who's like into hip hop made that like. I went from like growing up, my musical taste was like classic rock and like punk 93.3, which like 93.3 still slaps.
Yeah.
They're the best radio station in Colorado.
Or 103.5. I like.
I've kind of lost touch with classic rock
Yeah.
recently. Like, I don't know. It's just so, like, it just reminds me of work. Like, you know,
Fair.
like,
Fair,
I
yeah.
can't get into that, like, rock. This is for everyone you for out there on the job site. This
You're
one's
driving-
for you, boys.
You're driving an F-150 and your balls are full.
Yeah, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'd rather just. I mostly listen to just podcasts and sports radio.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's a super interesting documentary if you want to check it out. The guy who started it, his dad was he like abused one of their friends' children for like years.
In the church?
I don't know if it was in the church community,
Like
but
one
like
of the church members?
it was. So the guy who's the
To
guy,
a little boy.
the guy who started the church, his father did that, and it came
No.
out, and he covered for him.
Religious? Wait, whoa. You're telling me the church is covered for sex offenders?
I know, man. It's crazy.
That's
It's never happened
groundbreaking
before.
news. Groundbreaking.
And like obviously, just a whole bunch of like sexual assault stuff in there. As like,
When the balloon pops, it pops.
yeah, I don't understand like why it's that's a whole different conversation. But going off on that tangent, great documentary if you want to check it out. Hillsong, I don't
What's it
remember.
on?
It's I think it's Discovery Plus. Is it might be
So
there?
it'll probably be on HBO here pretty soon.
Yeah, probably.
And that's kind of ironic, because I feel like Hillsong would be like one of those people that contributes to these media.
Oh, they do. They have like their pockets. That was the other thing to talk about was like they have their pockets with politicians, because in Australia when his father was going through that trial, they have a specific kind of branch of government that handles those types of like allegations, and nothing came of that. Like they didn't sentence him or anything. And it was like years later, and people were like asking about it, and fucking no one looked into it because they're in the pockets of fucking everybody. They're $1 trillion like company. It's not even like it's not a church at this point. This guy is a CEO running a corporation.
It's a church in name only.
Yeah, and
Like-
yeah.
We'll come up with a name for that. Like, you know how like Donald Trump calls the rhinos the Republicans in name only? The Kinos church in name. That sounds like a slur, dude.
Kinos?
Kino?
Oh, I love it. Kinos, man.
Sounds like a slur.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Kinos.
That's
Kinos.
like, it's like really close to being a slur. I'm not going there.
We're gonna go with Kinos, and yeah.
Might bleep that out just in case. Yeah, we're at 52 minutes. Let's jump into She-Hulk.
Fuck yeah. Great
Dude.
fucking show.
So good.
So
Like,
fucking good.
This is like 2 pieces of content in a row from Marvel, with Miss Marvel and now She-Hulk.
Yeah, right. Restoring our faith in.
Yeah, I'm like,
the
holy
Marvel.
shit. It's like, it doesn't take itself seriously. It's super fun. It's not like I don't feel. I just have fun watching it.
It is.
Like-
That's the thing. Is it's super fun, and like we only in this third episode is when we got like a small hint at like a big bad.
Yeah, which I do want to talk about
Yeah.
once we get done with like our like
the
feelings recap. Yeah.
preliminary. But yeah, like it's fun. It feels different. I love it, being a Deadpool
It's
fan.
leading into numerous things.
Yeah.
I feel like.
So many fucking cameos, which they address in the third episode,
Yeah.
which
You
is
want to know what? So I read this online. You know what the perfect ending for the show would be? If like, even if it's like the post-credit scene for the last episode, Deadpool walking into her office.
yeah. I would.
Because I told someone to
Crying
watch
my
it, and they
pants.
were like, I don't know if I'll like watch it. It doesn't look that great. And I was like, I just like want you to know, like my perfect ending for the show would be like Deadpool walking into her office saying like he needs a lawyer. And she was like, what? And then like so we watched the episodes, and they were like, this is good. I'm like, yeah. She was like, that would be the perfect fucking ending.
Hell yeah.
Like, yeah. And for those of you that haven't watched it, go watch it and let me know what if you think that would be a perfect ending, because
Yeah.
it would be.
Yeah,
The
let us
way
know
the
in the
show's
fucking.
heading is just like great.
Yeah, let us know in the Discord, or you can also like drop in articles or some
Yeah,
Easter egg stuff.
Yeah, we got a whole channel for podcast notes just for listeners. Anybody else? And 2 lock channels for our own separate notes
Yeah.
that you guys can't
Yeah,
look
because
at.
fuck you guys.
No spoilers up in this bitch. Alright, full spoilers for She-Hulk.
Yeah, now we've reached the point. So, first episode, I love the lead into what could possibly be Planet Hulk. Well, it's definitely Planet Hulk, right? Because that's
Like
still
World War
confirmed.
Hulk
Yeah,
storyline.
yeah.
I don't know if they'll go full on him still being like just a raging quote unquote savage Hulk. I don't want to like put a name on
Right.
whatever. But I definitely think Hulk has a family out there.
That I mean, yeah,
I think
because
that's why like the Sicarian spaceship was like, hey, you fucking got a family back here, bro.
Yeah. Well, and we never saw who was inside the ship either.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I loved that. That was awesome. Training montage of like
So good. I love
Bruce being like, well, fucking just tear all this shit apart that I've worked for over the course of like ever.
I almost felt a little blue collary if you've ever had that person that like you've had to train that like you know is just gonna like pick shit up right away.
Yeah.
And you're like kind of pissed off a little bit. Like that's like exactly like I felt Bruce in those moments. It's like it took me fucking forever to get these skills, but I guess you just fucking get it the first time you change into a Hulk.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
like some people were like, well, she hasn't gone through that much trauma. It's like 2 people can go through different forms of trauma, people.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
And also, like, just in like to do the feminist side of it, like being a woman and dealing with.
like, it's a real fucking shit.
It is. That is a real fucking thing of like sexual assault that we were just talking about with fucking
Yeah.
a church
Yeah.
doing that and like catcalling in the street, especially. I mean, it takes place in New York.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so of course.
I also like how the second episode was called Attorney for Hire, kind of like throwing like those of us that are like itching for heroes for hire.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Yeah. Oh.
Like,
Oh.
I know you thought the same thing.
Oh
when you saw
yeah,
it.
I did. Oh yeah, I did. I was like, oh, this is gonna be the Daredevil episode for sure.
I thought, dude.
It's gonna be Daredevil. Yeah, I was like, all right, but
The
still,
second episode, like, I kept wanting it to go on.
Yeah.
Like, it felt short.
that is the thing that every single episode I'm like, I want more. I want more. I'm ready. Just like drop the whole thing. I'm like excited for what's gonna happen the next week. This is like one of the longer running shows that they're having because I remember us talking because it goes into.
We did look it up.
I think it ends in September, or early November.
We looked up She-Hulk episode.
But that was like, and like my girlfriend is also fucking loving it. Like
It's like-
she's able to like really get into it. She's cackling during
yeah,
it.
it's hilarious. Like the jokes, they're not like one-liner, fucking shitty jokes.
Right.
Oh, mid-October episode. It's 9 episodes, 13th of October.
Yeah.
According to IMDb.
Goddamn. Yeah, so it's a long fucking show.
Yeah. I thoroughly and like the post-credit scenes are just like fun. With the whole like Steve Rogers losing his virginity.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was hilarious.
that shit, dude.
He was like, Steve Rogers lost his virginity to a girl on the 1943 USO tour. Which also like brings me to like, how fucking close were Captain Hulk? Like they spent the whole first episode with like, another thing I loved was like, it made me feel like that loss of Tony Stark.
Oh yeah, that was.
He was like,
hurt.
he was like me, like when Jennifer first walks out with Tony's shirt, by the way, because no way would Bruce Banner have a Led Zeppelin fucking t-shirt.
Yeah, that was a
He was
nice
like-
subtle like callback.
He was like, me and Tony built this, Tony Stark, and it's like the look of like, I just felt so fucking bad. And then when he's like looking at their initials that they carved in on the bar, it's just like,
Damn.
fuck, like they were so fucking tight.
Yeah, right.
But it makes me wonder, like, how fucking tight were Steve and Bruce
Yeah, right.
ready to know, like, his story about losing his virginity.
You gotta wonder if it's that night where they're all hanging out in the tower
I bet.
before Ultron hangs out.
Or a night post blip. Where they're all around.
I would. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I like that a lot.
But yeah, super good. The second post-credit scene was just the her helping her parents around the house. Like,
Yeah.
and shit.
Carry water. Yeah, which
And
is.
then the third one, which was my favorite, body yada 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 yada.
I was screaming.
I was floored that
Dude,
they actually got
Megan
the.
the
I like how they
Stallion.
like. Also, that guy, her.
who like plays the I don't
Her assistant.
Yeah.
Kind of. That's the guy that played frickin' Adrian Chase in Arrow. Prometheus, that was his name.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
dude.
so good.
Right?
He is so
Pug,
good.
Pug, that's his name, Pug. Like Pugkowski or some shit like that. They call him Pug. Yeah.
So good, dude. I love that. I rewinded for the when she's in court and she's like, "That's why no one can impersonate Meg the Stallion." Yes.
Yeah, they like Marvel really coming in clutch with some of that shit.
And I saw there was an interview with the girl that plays She-Hulk, where she didn't know that Megan the Stallion was going to be a part of it.
Really?
It was a surprise because she's a huge fan of hers.
Oh, shit.
So when she looked at her, it was
Megan
like,
Thee Stallion,
I would kill for you. That was a real thing. That was
Tone it back. Like that shit was really good.
the way that the fact that that's like kind of what ended that was it. Yeah, that's what ended the episode, right? Was when
That
she
was like the post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Was like, yeah, because they were in her office. But then I like with that fucking douchebag ass fucking lawyer.
Yeah.
When they like brought Jennifer on to like, I was like, what the fuck is going on? And he was like, nope, he's just a complete dumbass who would definitely believe he fell in love with Megan Thee Stallion. I was like, it's so good. Like, fuck.
Oh man.
But yeah, let's talk about stuff that they're building to. Obviously, the World War Hulk. Some
World
kind
War
of
Hulk,
like
yeah.
Hulk going off planet. I feel like there's nothing else than he has a family.
That would kind of make sense for his like where he's at right now too, of like kind of
Not a whole lot going on.
not a whole lot going on. He's aging, like he's one of the OG
And I don't
few.
think it's time for Hulk to leave the MCU like it was for Steve Rogers and Tony Stark.
I'm kind of thinking they're gonna leave him in and kind of just keep him as like a Hulk. You know what I mean? Of just like even if like just
Come back for the Avengers movies.
yeah, and just like just have him like the CGI character, not necessarily
Bruce.
what's his name playing Bruce Banner.
Mark, yeah.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo.
But yeah, then the other thing, they're clearly building towards something with that group wanting to get some of her blood.
Yeah,
And then
okay.
they made the explicit thing in the first episode, like, we have to destroy your blood, because if anyone gets a hold of it, like, something bad could happen. You know,
Right.
with that whole scene with the lasers, like.
Yeah. Yep.
So my question is, who do you think that would be?
Kingpin?
You think? I'm kind of thinking they're going back to some more Incredible Hulk stuff, and I think it could be the leader, because he was in the Incredible Hulk movie. And like the very ending, like some of Hulk's blood like fell on his head, and like it was like started like getting all fucked up.
Oh, that would be a call back.
I mean,
to
Emil Blonsky.
Yeah,
like,
and it would make. The only reason I say Kingpin is because we have Daredevil showing up and
Yeah.
Hulk.
And obviously they're
Kingpin,
trying to push some of this street level
Yeah.
New York stuff.
which I'm here for.
Yeah,
100%.
fuck yes, dude.
I love that they robbed an Asgardian construction
Yeah,
worker.
right. Did you know that that's actually a callback?
No, fuck
I
off.
saw it on a Straw Hat Goofy TikTok.
We love. Also, what does he go by now? He has like a different @ But Straw Hat Goofy, if you ever want to come on our podcast,
Oh, yeah.
please do. Open invite. I don't know if you saw his Did you see his video kind of recently talking about how like people were like shitting on him, shitting on people?
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, like
Fuck
good
them.
for you, man.
Yeah.
Like fucking draw that line because like don't conform to like what other people. Like he's a person, and I think that goes back to that cancel culture thing. It's like people forgetting that they're actually people
like, with hearts.
Yeah,
like just like
they're
everyone
literally
else.
the same,
Yes.
but
Seriously, look at this
people
stupid son of a
elevate
bitch.
them to a different standard.
Oh damn. People, if you just heard a TikTok going over that, that's my bad. I forgot to mute it. I just saw like the desktop audio
Oh.
off right there. That's completely.
It's
I was
just-
watching this TikTok for reference.
It was playing the entire time we were recording.
Yeah, I think it probably was. I mean, I just like clicked on it, but I like turned the speakers down, but I like saw the desktop audio. So yeah, listeners, if you heard that, I'm sorry. The Wrecking Crew is what it's called. I'll pull it up on screen here.
Hell yeah. Yeah, because even Kenna or my girlfriend asked me, was like, where did they get those like tools? Like, I was like, they robbed Asgardian
Yeah.
construction worker.
Yeah, this is the Wrecking Crew,
Hell yes.
and according to Straw Hat Goofy, they just like show up every once in a while just to get their ass beat, and just like
I love it.
like Tracksuit Mafia, you know, like from fucking Hawkeye. It's like the same type of shit.
Hell
Just like every once in a
yeah.
while showing up. But yeah, I just have that video playing in the background, just so the computer doesn't freeze. But yeah,
Fucking great show.
it's a great fucking show.
If you haven't watched it, get on it.
Get on it. It comes out Thursdays, I believe.
Yeah, Thursdays.
Yeah, that would be my thing, is that they're leading towards the leader.
Yeah.
I think that would like make the most sense, because they keep saying Hulk, like they keep, you're a Hulk, you're not, you know what I mean? Like they say a Hulk.
Yeah.
They're really pushing that, like there can be more than kind of like the Flash or any other superhero mantle
That's right.
that gets passed around all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I mean that would make sense because if they
But I
wanted
wouldn't
to
be
build out
opposed.
that-
I would not
that
be opposed
Hulk
for Kingpin.
universe.
Like,
Well, I think he got confirmed in something else. Well, Daredevil.
yeah, I mean, obviously, and Daredevil's been confirmed to be in She-Hulk.
Yeah, right.
So-
So yeah, I would be okay with it not being Kingpin. Being Kingpin would also be cool. You know, loving to see some street level shit happen. Bring back Luke Cage for the love of God.
Yeah,
I cannot
You know,
tell
as
you
much as I
how
was-
edged I felt by that fucking ending.
dude.
Cannot tell you how edged I felt by that
Where
shit.
just Attorney for Hire pops up on screen. Like, yeah.
Mm.
I don't know, there's a part of me that's like, if you're gonna bring back all those Netflix people, just fucking bring them all back.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Maybe
sure the guy who played
Iron
Iron
Fist
Fist,
is-
maybe it was the writing,
I believe that. Yeah.
you know? Like,
Maybe he's also one. I haven't read a lot of Iron Fist, but maybe he's also just like one of those characters that it's hard to write for, like the Fantastic Four.
yeah.
Like it's
that's
hard.
a-
It's
you know.
hard. I'm very curious to see how they're going to spin this new Fantastic Four movie because it's
yeah,
a
we could-
cheesy fucking.
We could briefly talk about some of that.
Oh yeah. Let me take a bathroom break real fast.
Yeah, for sure. You got like 10 more minutes in you?
Oh, I got easy.
We're at an hour 8 right now.
Oh yeah. We
Alright.
can go hour 30. It's all up to you too.
I was trying to convince him to stay here for like 10 more minutes till the podcast is over. But he didn't. Asshole.
But yeah. Any of you go watching, check out the Discord, the YouTube. We should be live on all podcast platforms. Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go take a shot and probably cut this out.
There. Oh, we can get producer Hazel on screen. Hello.
Hazel.
What's over here?
Look. Look. Oh.
She's camera shy. But anyways, what were we talking about? She-Hulk. It's fucking fire. Watch it. The leader. I feel like we're kind of done with that conversation.
Yeah, we were just wanting more of the like street level, bring back like the
Daredevil,
Netflix, yeah.
Oh yeah, the Iron Fist guy. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to a recast, I guess. But at the same time, I mean, everyone deserves like a due chance.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, Fantastic Four. That's where we were.
Yeah.
Penn Badgley supposedly has been signed on to play Mr. Fantastic.
Pin Bash.
The guy, I believe that's the guy that plays you. The guy in You. I can't remember. The guy who plays You. The guy who stars in You.
I'm not opposed to that. I can see that actually.
Yeah, but I also saw another thing today that said that at D23, the Expo. Hazel, that's a remote. This is what I deal with.
Oh, she fucked that shit
Oh,
up.
this is like this wasn't just now.
Yeah.
Like this is something that happened before while I was at work, and I just like. She's like, no shame. Anyways, you're going in your crate for the next episode. Fuck, I wish I should have saved the picture to my phone. At D23, they're going to introduce numerous actors that they have signed on for roles coming up, and one of them was John Krasinski. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, because I thought for sure since we saw him in the Doctor Strange, I thought he was gonna be like the next Mr. Fantastic, or yeah, Mr.
But I also feel like I read something where he said he didn't want to do something so big because like the movies he does like aren't like he's not a huge blockbuster.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like multiple movie kind of guy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Marvel D23 rumors include Henry Cavill, Denzel, John Krasinski, Giancarlo Esposito,
Denzel
Washington.
Oh, okay.
Those are the big ones. John Boyega's in there as well on that list.
Hell yeah. Give that dude some.
I also saw. Did I send
Star
you?
Wars.
Did I send you the meme that was? Imagine in Secret Wars that the Justice League just turns up as alternate versions of like Avengers. From, like a different universe. Like Henry Cavill is Superman or fucking Captain America. Just as a brief like fucking cameo.
I would love that shit.
Just like everybody from like the theatrical / Zack Snyder's Justice League movie, just but in like
That
Marvel
is
roles.
that would be a visual representation of Kevin Feige teabagging DC.
Dude. Yeah.
The DC.
To the max. And it's like something that like if you could get everyone together for one day, just to film a 10-second like you know. Like
And everyone's gonna remember it.
Black Panther.
Everyone's going to remember it.
Fucking Ben Affleck is Iron Man. Like, it would be like the biggest cut to DC.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. I'm honestly down for either Penn Badgley or John Krasinski.
Yeah.
I just want it to be good.
Yeah.
Like,
And
that's really all I want.
all hail Kevin Feige. We should get a framed, like, gold picture.
Like every time we say his name,
We bow.
or like we have to do like an M on our chest for Marvel. Like,
I'm gonna look into that. Yeah, but I mean, he's put a lot of work into this universe, and if anyone can do it, it's absolutely him.
oh yeah. I mean I feel like Marvel knows that like some people, me admittedly, was just kind of like I wish I knew what was going on. But like now that we got those announcements with like all the Marvel movies coming up, listen to the Comic-Con episode if you haven't yet.
Yep.
I'm much more comfortable with whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
Now that I kind of know, because at first I was like,
Where are
I
they?
feel like there's so much.
And I mean, that's
you
what
and I had talked about it, not necessarily on the pod.
Well, yeah.
But just like they have so many threads going, like. But now that I know that they're going towards the Secret Wars and then Kang Dynasty, I know all these threads are just gonna like come right back
Right.
to the Secret Wars. 'Cause
Right.
that's what Secret Wars for Marvel was like Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Right.
For DC.
And I mean, I know we talked about it on the podcast of like, we just needed a path. That's like that's what was missing, was like, we needed to know where this is all
I mean,
going,
when-
because none of the movies were leading up to anything.
And like the post-credit scenes were very vague.
Yeah.
Like the Shang-Chi, like you kind of got something with like the whole, these rings are,
Have been around forever.
like something is beckoning them or whatever.
Yeah.
Signal.
It's
It
a
was like-
beacon, yeah.
And then it was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And
For
like, but
what?
in that post-credit scene, you saw Bruce with the arm sling, and now he's healed, going into space. It's like, there's no way that all this stuff isn't.
Just leading.
I'll trust.
Yeah.
I'll trust the
Feige.
Holy Father, Son, and Heavenly Spirit, Kevin Feige. But yeah, I don't know. I'm totally down with whatever Marvel's doing now. I'm so excited to see what else is happening.
Right.
I'm so excited for the rest of the TV shows. Like, I don't know, like She-Hulk and Miss Marvel have like, they've been such a breath of fresh air.
Absolutely.
They've just been like, they haven't taken themselves too seriously.
That was a big thing. And we can all thank James Gunn for that, straight up, because
Yeah, he started it.
he started it of like not taking these movies so seriously,
Yep.
and made them great. And Jon Favreau for sure is to thank for that, but I think James Gunn went that extra
With the
mile.
first Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Like that first kind of like, hey, we can be campy and fun, like at the same time.
Right.
And still good.
Yeah,
Like,
and
that's
I want to give credit to Jon Favreau too for that, because that's what you had in the Iron Man. But the problem with that is like, that is his character. That portrayed his character super fucking well. But like the having like these new characters introduced and then having a really really fun time with it.
Yeah.
Really.
Sending a text.
No, you're good. You texting your hoes?
Oh yeah. No, my mom. Wondering if I'm gonna be there for dinner tomorrow.
Oh, family dinners.
But yeah, right. Family dinners. Oh boy. Yeah. That's about it for all that. Want to call it at this one and then go for episode 7?
Let's go. All right, well, and we're live with all of our podcasts now.
Yeah.
You can listen to wherever you get your podcast. Apple, Google, Spotify, you name it, Amazon.
We should be on all those.
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah, and
Check
you,
out the
yeah,
Discord.
if you want to actually watch us and see our sweaty faces, you can go onto YouTube.
For this and probably next episode.
And yeah, we have a Discord. We'll link all of those in the
Discord.gg/bluecollarnerdspod.
hell yeah, and we'll link all of them in the either Twitter page, whatever.
Yeah, we'll start putting them in the podcast descriptions as well.
Yeah,
Because we should probably just be doing that anyways.
absolutely.
But you know, you live and you learn.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
Oh, actually, I have one question I want to ask you.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Final question.
How many times do you think you'd have to puke in a baby's mouth for it to cry?
All right, and thanks for tuning in to Blue Collar Nerd.